Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll have the speedy Tyrod Taylor calling the shots, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. You look at this Eagle defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass. Currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now it's Taylor. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Devontae Smith deep to return. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish #1. Including himself. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And defensively here, it's hard to overlook the fact that this is an offense that's dead last in the NFL in rushing. So this back 7's going to be tested. Heck, might be more of a back 8. No doubt about that. And they surrender the catch here and the 1st down.
They go play action with Hurts. Touchdown! Devontae Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. They got it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
On 2nd down, Taylor's throw incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. You look at this Eagle defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
These two teams had met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here at MetLife Stadium to take the season series 2-zip. Again, it's Penny. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down. They go for it on 4th and 2, and it's a gain of 6. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The Eagles at 15-1 on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And what a return as he brings us all the way back to the 25-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Well, hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And he's brought down. The solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
One quarter down, 8-0 the score. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Barkley. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They go play action now. Taylor. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nolan Smith. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Back at the 16 now after the sack. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Taylor. And it's caught. Touchdown, Giants. Isaiah Hodgins. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Giants have come back to make it a 2-point game. Extra point try good by Gano. And this is now a 1-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Devontae Smith now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, their goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Quez Watkins, 37 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now out come the Giants. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. Down the numbers. There he goes. Still going. Inside the 10. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Gano the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. This taken in right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We're week 18. This is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy. But the medical staff is going to have to take a look here. And we'll step aside. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. We haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Second down. Here's Hurts. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. No whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. A big play there for Philly. 44 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Penny running right. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing is Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back and get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. He'll find Hodgins there complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need it.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. So we have only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 24, Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, he had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. His throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
When it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Off the play fake, here's Taylor. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Taylor to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Hassan Reddick in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player. And he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things. And he incorporated that into his route running.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to stay with it.
That's true. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I think they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Hassan Reddick able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Looking to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
They go play action with Hurts.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. They'll set up to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Penny. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
A.J. Brown
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Eagles have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. New York set to take the field.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. This offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Taylor's throw complete here to Waller.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And quickly they get to the line. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It fights him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now it's Taylor. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
On 2nd down, Taylor's throw incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had...
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for two is snuffed out. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these two-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for two and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on two-point plays as well.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. The throw by Taylor here, and that's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Azeez Ojulari from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense